Hey nerds, it's Sunday, January 5th, the second week of 2025, and I'm running down what's coming up this week, starting now. Welcome back to the Nerd Social. I'm Nathan. As always, if you want to jump ahead of the intro to see what's coming up on any day of this week, there are chapter links below. As a quick guide, depending on what you are most interested in, typically studios and production companies release DVD, Blu-ray, or video on demand VOD movies on Tuesday, stream movies on Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, and theatrical movies on Fridays. All right, let's get started with today, Sunday the 5th. We have a new episode of The Simpsons. This is episode 13 of season 36. There is no description of this episode yet, but it should be coming out later this evening at 8 p.m. on Fox. The Equalizer, as I've mentioned in previous videos, is returning on February 16th. There's a new episode of Landman. This is episode 9 of season 1, WolfCamp. After a health scare, Monty puts Tommy in a tough position. Cooper comes up with a plan. The Great North will be returning on February 16th as well. We have on PBS the season premiere of Vienna. This is season 4. Tonight we'll get season 4 episode 1, Mephisto, Waltz part 1. A series of murders in Vienna is connected to state secrets being leaked from the heart of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. Max and Oscar risk everything to discover the traitor's identity. We have the season premiere of Mayfair Witches, season 2 episode 1, Lasher. Rowan Mayfair is determined to understand what Lasher has become. Sip is hellbent on capturing him. So I got a screener for this a few days ago. I watched the beginning of this first episode, so I'm going to try to cover it. If I can cover it, I'll post a review later today after the episode comes out. Finally today, we have the 82nd annual Golden Globes. The 2025 Golden Globe Awards will take place on January 5th, with Emily Perez leading nominations. Nikki Glazer hosts the event, broadcast by CBS and streamed on Paramount+. Notable nominees include Denzel Washington, Steve Martin, and many first-time candidates. Special awards honor Viola Davis and Ted Danson. On Monday, we have a new episode of Brilliant Minds on NBC. This is season 1, episode 12, The Doctor Who's World Collapse. Dr. Wolf and his team face their biggest challenge yet when an apartment building collapses in the Bronx. We have the premiere of season 13 of Kids Baking Championship. The best 10 to 13-year-old bakers compete against each other for the title of Kids Baking Champion. Episode 1 is titled Scales, Feathers, Fur, and Fins. On Tuesday, we have a new episode of High Potential at 10 p.m. This is season 1, episode 8. The team investigates a mysterious young girl who was found attacked on a beach. Morgan begins to let her guard down on a date with Tom. Soto comes one step closer to finding out what happened to Roman. Have a new episode of The Irrational. This is season 2, episode 8, Lost Souls. When an acclaimed tennis player goes missing in a remote forest, Alec is called to help find her and bring her to safety. However, a medical emergency threatens to sideline Alec, leaving Marissa and Rose to race against time to rescue the woman. St. Denis Medical is on hiatus until January 14th. So is Night Court. There should be a new episode of Star Wars: The Silicon Crew. This is episode 7 of season 1. There's no description of this episode yet. However, Colin and David have been breaking down these episodes, and the show's pretty good. So you can check out their reviews in the playlist above. On PBS, we have the debut of Lucy Worsley Investigates. This is season 2, which asks questions including who killed the prince in the tower in 1483? What actually caused the Black Death? Why did a witch craze sweep 16th century Britain? Season 2, episode 1, The Impact of Jack the Ripper. Lucy revisits the case of Jack the Ripper. She uncovers a story beyond a murderer and his 5 victims to a burgeoning newspaper industry desperate for readers and a Victorian society that wasn't designed to support the most vulnerable. The season premiere of Will Trent on ABC, season 3, episode 1. When 2 off-duty cops are wounded, the GBI must track down Special Agent Will Trent, who recently fled town to help solve the case. As the investigation unfolds, Will is drawn into his past to clear a friend's name amid rivalries and corruption. We have the season premiere, Finding Your Roots with Henry Louis Gates Jr. returns for the 11th season on PBS. Over the course of 10 new episodes, Gates and his team use genealogical detective work and cutting-edge DNA analysis to trace the family tree of 20 compelling guests telling stories that illuminate America's fundamental diversity. Along with an array of celebrity guests, The season features a special twist as host Henry Louis Gates becomes a guest himself, uncovering a personal family history. Episode 1, Larger Than Life, research into the ancestry of singer Leah Salonga and actress Amanda Seyfried reveals relatives who survive heart-wrenching ordeals. The premiere of a new show, Doc on Fox, Season 1, Episode 1, F at First You Don't Succeed. After brain injury erases the last 8 years of Dr. Amy Larson's life, she must navigate an unfamiliar world where she has no recollection of patients she's treated or the tragedy that caused her to push everyone away. Season 7 of Rookie premieres on ABC. Episode 1 of Season 7 is The Shot. John and the team welcome 2 new rookies and continue the hunt for 2 dangerous inmates with very personal vendettas following the prison escape. On Netflix, we have the debut of the docuseries Jerry Springer Fights Camera Action. Jaw-dropping documentary goes behind the scenes of America's most controversial talk show to expose the biggest scandals both on and off the camera. Gabriel Iglesias, Legend of Fluffy, stand-up special. Gabriel Iglesias relives humorous anecdotes about the everyday challenges of dating, home security issues, turbulent fights, and his mission to inject laughter into the world. On VOD on Tuesday, we have Alone in Venice, follows young American actor Saul Larson, waiting in Venice for his married Chinese director. Deeply in love with her, Saul is left with endless excuses as she keeps him waiting, alone and longing. Finally on Tuesday, we have Dominoes on VOD, a slice of life drama that follows 15 strangers and how their lives intersect in unexpected ways. Uber driver Mia encounters several passengers whose seemingly random decisions create a daisy chain effect in each other's lives. On Wednesday, Abbott Elementary is back, Season 4, Episode 9, Volunteers. Eve announces the school district is sending a group of volunteers to help out at Abbott. However, when they arrive, things don't go as planned. This is the only Sunday in Philadelphia crossover episode. Should be interesting. On Wednesday, we have the premiere of a new show, Shifting Gears. Episode 1 is titled Restoration. Matt, the widowed owner of a classic car restoration shop, is confronted with his most unexpected and challenging project yet, when his estranged daughter and her adolescent children come crashing back into his life. Not a fan of Tim Allen, but always great to see Kat Dennings, so might be interesting. Finally, on Wednesday, we have Fake Profile, Season 2. In Colombia, a killer is targeting the country's most attractive men using a dating app profile under the name Camila Ramon. The murderer seduces the victims and kills them. The peak of pleasure, a Mexican dancer wrongly accused must team up with an unexpected ally, her ex Miguel Estevez, to clear her name. As they hunt for the truth, tensions rise between the 2 ex-lovers, and everyone in the upscale River Esmeralda condo becomes a suspect in this deadly game of deceit. On Thursday, Found is still on hiatus until January 16th. George and Mandy's first marriage is on hiatus until January 30th. Ghost is on hiatus until later this year as well, and Matlock is on hiatus until January 30th. There is, however, a new episode of Creature Commandos on Max. This is episode 7 of Season 1, A Very Funny Monster. Nina's birth proves unexpectedly complicated for her parents. Meanwhile, Flag and the Amherst Knights do whatever it takes to stop the Creature Commandos from killing the princess. There's a new episode of Bookie. This is Season 2, Episode 5. There is no description of this episode yet. New episode of Going Dutch on Fox. This is Season 1, Episode 2, Tanks for Nothing. General Davidson makes a visit to the U.S. AG Stugdorf and insults the colonel by tasking him with commanding the unit of traffic during a tank maneuver. The colonel devises a plan to steal a tank to prove he's still in his prime. On Netflix, we have the premiere of American Primeval. It follows the gritty and adventurous explorations of the birth of the American West, the violent collisions in cults, religion, and men and women fighting for control of the new world. We have a documentary movie, I Am Illyri. After a divorce, Italian TV personality Illyri Blasi navigates a fresh chapter in life. The series chronicles her journey of self-discovery, professional evolution, and unexpected romance as she embraces change and new beginnings. Season premiere of Traders. Contestants in the game move into a majestic castle and work as a team to complete a series of dramatic and challenging missions to earn money for the prize pot. Some contestants are loyal, some are traitors. Have the complete sixth season of The Upshaws. Bernie Upshaw, Mike Epps, a well-mannered but chaotic mechanic in Indianapolis, is doing his best to take care of his family, his wife, Regina, Kim Fields, their kids, and his teenage son from another relationship, while dealing with his sharp-tongued sister-in-law, Wanda Sykes. Despite the challenges, the Upshaws are determined to stick together and move forward. In the upcoming season, the family faces new jobs, bigger dreams, health issues, and unexpected surprises. But they continue to rely on the love and support that keeps them going. On Prime Video, we have a new series called On Call. Follows a pair of police officers on patrol as they respond to a new radio call, arriving on the scene to resolve incidents. I got a screening of this show. It looks a little bit like propaganda, but depending on what I think after I watch it, I might cover this show. We'll see. Finally, on Thursday, we have The Pit on Max. This is a new show starring Noah Wiley from ER fame. The daily lives of healthcare professionals in a Pittsburgh hospital as they juggle personal crises, workplace politics, and the emotional toll of treating critically ill patients, revealing the resilience required in their noble calling. On Friday, we have a new episode of Silo. This is episode 9. Billing's faith is shaken. Lucas heads down to the deep. Knox identifies the traitor. Juliet uncovers the truth about Solo's past. We have a new episode of The Agency. This is episode 8 of season 1. Truth will set you free. Martian's recruitment doesn't go as planned. Richardson breaks down the Chinese play for Bosco. Blair uncovers an inroad to Volchek. And as Henry reminds Dr. Blake what's at stake, Danny wrestles with his conscience. Sammy makes a startling confession. So the next episode of Dexter Original Sin will be on Friday, January 17th. On Netflix, we have a new season of Alpha Males. In The Patriarchy Strikes Back, the Alpha Males delves into anti-feminist ideas like the manosphere and incels. Santi reveals that some women avoid commitment, while Raul navigates Luz's chaotic approach to relationships. Pedro faces unexpected twists as his TV series progresses, and Luis grapples with his parents' divorce, along with other personal challenges. On Disney Plus, we have Goosebumps Stage Vanishing. Goosebumps The Vanishing is the second season of the Goosebumps TV series on Disney Plus and Hulu, where twins Devin and Cece Brewer move to Brooklyn to spend the summer with their recently divorced scientist father, Anthony Brewer, only to discover a mysterious threat lurking in their new neighborhood, forcing them to uncover dark secrets and unravel a chilling mystery involving the disappearance of 4 teenagers in 1994, with David Schwimmer starring as Anthony Brewer. On Max, we have the premiere of the movie Look Into My Eyes, a documentary through the series of intimate sessions with psychics and their clients. On Netflix, we have the movie Ad Vitam. After escaping an attempted murder, Frank Lazareff must find his wife, Leo, who has been kidnapped by a mysterious group of armed men. He is caught up by his past and plunged into a state affair that is beyond him. In theaters and wide release, the movie Better Man expands the meteoric rise, dramatic fall, and remarkable resurgence of British superstar Robbie Williams. We have Den of Thieves Pantera. Big Nick is back on the hunt in Europe and closing in on Donnie, who is embroiled in the treacherous world of diamond thieves and the infamous Panther Mafia as they plot a massive heist of the world's largest diamond exchange. I am going to a press screening for this on Tuesday, so I will post a review later on in the week. Hard Truths expands on Friday. Ongoing exploration of contemporary world with a tragic comic study of human strengths and weaknesses. They actually sent me a copy of this around the holiday, so I'm going to try to watch it, and I'll post a review of it later in the week if I get to it. More limited release, we have Bird Eater. This is in theaters and also on VOD. A bride-to-be is invited to join her own fiance's bachelor party on a remote property in the Australian outback. But as the festivities spiral into beer-soaked chaos, uncomfortable details about their relationship are exposed, and the celebration soon becomes a feral nightmare. Diane Warren, Relentless, the untold story of a legendary songwriter featuring Cher, Common, Jennifer Hudson, Gloria Estefan, Kesha, Leanne Rimes, and more. Every little thing, a woman in Hollywood cares for an injured hummingbird, experiencing personal growth as she witnesses their fragility and resilience. The Prosecutor, Donnie Yang film, a poor young man is wrongly charged with drug trafficking after being deceived An ex-prosecutor investigates the case, uncovers a corrupt lawyer's team's scheme, and restores justice, despite obstruction from evil forces. Finally, on Friday, we have Time Stalker. The hapless heroine Agnes reincarnated every time she makes the same mistake, falling in love with the wrong man. And finally, for the week, on Saturday, we have Sakamoto Days on Netflix, this anime series. The man who was feared by all villains and revered by all hitmen one day fell in love. When Sakamoto met Ayo, the convenience store clerk, it was love at first sight, and just like that, he retired. Till ... So that's it for this week. If you want us to cover any of the productions we aren't already covering, comment below, and if we get enough requests, we'll try to work them into production schedule. And if you found this video useful, be sure to like and share. It really helps the channel grow, and subscribe to make sure you don't miss our next update, our analysis, reviews, or news coverage. See you in the next one. Bye, guys.